Okay, I've done 4 practice drawings from these photographs. And that's just so I can practice, where do the legs go? How do I draw the shapes in the legs? What shapes are the body made of and the head and the antenna? We need to practice first. But once you've shown me your 4 practice drawings, I'm gonna give you a big piece of paper. And since all of our bugs are symmetrical, meaning they're the same on both sides, what you wanna do first is decide, do you have a butterfly or do you have a beetle? So since I have a beetle, I'm gonna fold my paper the tall way. And this might be hard to completely show on this camera, but hopefully you can get the gist of it. Now I have my beetle fold. This is showing where the center of my beetle is, but I'm really only gonna worry about drawing half of it. So the first thing you need to do is draw some arrow lines to your fold so you can keep track of where your fold is, because it is kind of sad when you do the whole drawing and you realize half the beetle's on the edge of the paper. Now, what you want to do here is maybe fold your beetle photo in half, just so you see half of it. This is my fold here, and that's my fold there. So we're all lined up and ready to go. Now, I want to use as much of this paper as I can, but I do need to save room for the legs. Those legs take up about half, so my beetle body only goes out about here, and then my leg takes up the rest of that space. My head, if I were to kind of split this in half, my head is at about 1/4 of the half line. So like if I split this in half and then this in half, that's where my head is. Okay, so that's the top of my beetle body. So I'm gonna do this curved corner edge here. Then I'm gonna do a bit of a curve out here. And then we've got a little triangle at the very bottom. I'm gonna kind of curve out too. Maybe I'll make it a little bigger and kind of cramp my legs a little bit, because our color wheel is gonna be on the shell of this beetle, not on the legs. And it's okay if you've got extra lines right now, that's fine. Those are process lines. And you want to try to draw as light as you can, so you can erase things you don't want to keep forever. Now I'm going to draw my beetle head, and I can always go back and change things. That's fine. Your first drawing, your first lines are not going to be perfect. In my creative world, I am the most imperfect thing, and art just reminds me of how imperfect I am and kind of how beautiful that can be. Okay, imperfection is not a bad thing. It's what makes us unique. All right, so I'm trying to get some of my pretties in there, like these markings. I've got a reflection. I think these reflections right here and here, those do a lot to show kind of that curvilinear nature of the shell. I've got like a little reflection going along that edge there. I have a couple reflection lines going around the shell. If you see these lines here and here, that kind of gives it some volume and some form. And I'm gonna do my big ladybug circles or ovals or whatever shape those are. Sometimes I can't decide. All right, so we've got a head, we have a body. Now it's time for antenna. Antenna are always fun. And you can be more creative with your antenna if you want. Like, if you want your antenna to be compositionally interesting and take up this space, by all means. That's what I'm gonna do. Heck, why not? I'm the artist, this is my art. I can change it. What's the point of drawing something exactly how it's represented in real life if you're being creative with it, right? Oh no, I need to leave room for my leg. Oops. But what I could do is have them overlap, so maybe that's what we'll do today. And I'm doing really light lines. I'm not really fully committing to anything yet, just because I haven't decided if I like what I'm doing yet. But I have to draw it first to see if I do like it or not. I'm gonna get this rectangle over here. I'm gonna do that, try to do that curvy shape. Woo! Upside down rainbow. Curvy shape coming out. Then I'm just gonna try to draw that line, maybe in a slightly different direction, just because I ran out of space, and that's okay. And we've talked about my trick for drawing beetle legs. And I didn't give myself enough room for the legs, but that's okay. It's all about the body with this painting because it's all about the color wheel. Now, Miss Emily, why are you only drawing half the beetle? Well, because we can make it look really symmetrical if we trace it. So what we're gonna do today is only draw half, and then we're gonna use that half to trace it a couple times on itself. Now, what you need to do once you have your light drawing is get a darker pencil. And I don't even know if I thought to get one out, so let's see if I got one handy. Okay, I need to sharpen it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. So I have these graphite pencils. I forgot to get them out. But these graphite pencils will give you a nice bold line that you can see through the paper to trace. And I'll hand these out when you're ready for them. Okay, so now I'm gonna be a little more assertive with my line, so it's nice and dark. Okay, now I have half of my beetle with really dark lines. Now, you're not going to be able to trace all the way through to this side immediately. You see how we have half our beetle on that fold? So we're going to mirror it. First, you need to trace this way. Then, you can trace it onto this part here.